What's up, MuggleCast listeners? If you want to make an impact online, GoDaddy.com has what you need. Get your own .com domain name for as low as $1.99. Plus, world-class hosting, fast and easy website builders, and much more. Plus, as a listener of MuggleCast, enter code RON, that's R-O-N, when you check out, and get your .com domain name for just $6.95 a year. Some restrictions apply. See site for details. Get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com.
This week's MuggleCast is also brought to you by Borders. Prepare for the upcoming release of Book 7 by catching a glimpse of where it all began. During the month of April, you can purchase Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone on DVD for only $14.99 at Borders. Also, be sure to reserve Book 7 at Borders at 40% off and get a free sticker. Choose from Trust Snape or Snape is a very bad man. Because Jamie is special, this is MuggleCast episode 84 for April 5th, 2007.
Okay, hello everyone, welcome to MuggleCast episode 84. This is a special episode due to me being an absolute idiot and missing my train. What do you all think of that?
I donated.
Did you donate? I wouldn't donate to that.
I think we should tell the full story.
Wait, hold on, Jamie. Hold on. I donated.
We've already told the full story.
Well, just
I know you did, Mikey.
But no one knows how much I donated, Jamie.
Well, it was a very generous donation.
I donated $0.01, and PayPal let them know how much I sent them and everything.
Did that cost you money?
And we were just overjoyed, Mikey, with that obviously very generous donation.
Of course, I was not laughing at you at all.
I hear static.
No.
So basically, since
We've
Jamie...
told the story, Ben.
Hold on. Well, since Jamie can't drive, they had to take the train into London. And how many times have you ridden the train? That's the real question.
Well, let me count. There was that time 5 years ago when I jumped on it for 20 minutes quickly. There was that time. So how am I supposed to know how many times I've ridden the train?
Well, I don't know. You've ridden it plenty, haven't you?
Loads of times, yeah.
Well, then how can you screw up this big? Like a 700,
Well, I'm sorry, Ben. I completely forgot that
you did it on purpose, didn't you? You did it on purpose.
Exactly. You see, I love wasting £400. It's my favourite thing in the world, so I thought I'd waste 400 more.
The cat's out of the bag now, Jamie.
It is, I know, it's terrible. But since it's to celebrate, this show is to celebrate an extremely funny and silly event, I thought that we'd make it a very funny and silly show. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all of the segments that we used to have on the show, and we're going to do something for all of them. Well, most of them. We are going to do chapter by chapter.
I wonder why.
I wonder why as well.
That's my favourite.
Well, mine too, but I was just too excited so we can get it on. Now we have a few announcements. I'm reading this right off the show plans, and I'm trying to sound like Andrew to try and do as well as him, but it's actually quite hard. I have a newfound respect for the guy.
Don't respect Andrew.
Okay.
Don't respect
Toots.
Exactly.
I respect Toots.
I think we should call him Simsy, because I was calling him that.
I think we should call him Simsy. But I thought that everyone called him Andrew, but when I went to his school for the day, everyone just calls him Sims. Everyone calls him Sims. Alright, Sims. Hey, Sims.
That's weird. I couldn't.
I think we should just call him that.
Well, I think we should call him Simsy, because it's a little bit further.
Simsy, yeah.
It's like, what's up, Simsy?
It's a cute name as well.
Well, see, I usually call him other names, but I can't.
You can't really say them on
I can't really say them on air. First of all, Enlightening 2007. Jamie, Andrew, and myself are going to be there, and Micah are going to be there. There's going to be a podcast open to the public. We're going to be talking all about, the movie, the book,
Harry Potter,
our excitement, all that good stuff. There are 350 spaces for registered guests and 250 for the public. So, yeah, you can most likely, if you show up there, you're going to get a space. Philadelphia is really it's a really high, the per capita of Harry Potter fans I was pretty impressed with, because when I was there this past, I was on this book tour with Emerson, and there was a surprising amount of people at the Philadelphia event. There were more people there than there were at any of the other events, and there were close to 250. So it's pretty impressive, particularly for a weeknight event too. So, yep. And the podcast is going to be held on July 13th after dinner. Podcast Alley, go vote for us. We want to be number one. We want to be the best. We want to be the top Harry Potter podcast, because we know you guys think we're the best. So show some love, yo. And
where is the love?
Where is the love?
The Black Eyed Peas had a similar sentiment. And
also, Emerson and I have some more tour dates that I'm pleased to announce for everybody right now. We don't have any times yet. We don't have any times in specific times, so those will be announced at a later date. But in Encinitas, in the San Diego area, we'll be there on May 25th. Then we're going to be at Otay Ranch in the San Diego area on May 26th. Then we're going to be at Newport Beach on May 27th. Then we're going to be in Torrance, California on May 31st.
Cool.
So these are all going to be the Barnes & Noble locations. There'll be a website. We already have the website, MuggleNet. It'll have a page with all of this information on there, the times you can be there. Of course, we'll be giving away prizes from Olivons, talking about Harry Potter and having a good time with you fans. So come out and see us. And then later in June, we have, I think, somewhere around 12 to 13 stops in June. So, yeah, get excited. We're coming to a town near you. That's all through the Midwest and East Coast again. So,
thank you, Ben. And now we go to our first segment today, which is a new one, sort of extremely silly to celebrate the stupidness of the event. This is Make the Connection, in which the hosts have to make a connection between Harry Potter and a random book, film, movie, or whatever that I tell them to. This should be quite exciting. So, Laura, your connection is Harry Potter and Pride and Prejudice, the book.
Okay.
Go.
Well, I think that big themes in both Harry Potter and Pride and Prejudice are love and
good, very good.
Overcoming pride and prejudice. So, obviously, I know that the main character in Pride and Prejudice comes from a poor family, which is kind of like Ginny. And I know that the guy. I actually haven't read the book, so I don't know any of this. But I know that. I know that the leading male does not like her at first, and Harry kind of didn't like Ginny. Like, he didn't dislike her, but he didn't have romantic feelings towards her in the beginning. And
not bad.
He did overcome
Very
it.
Good.
So,
Ben, you have to make a connection between Harry Potter and Saving Private Ryan.
I've never seen Saving Private Ryan.
That doesn't matter. Come on.
I don't know. There's a lot of war. There we go. There's tons of war. There's tons of war in both of them.
2 out of 10. Kevin, you have to make a connection between Harry Potter and Windows Vista.
Okay, well, this one is easy. You know how... Have any of you ever reread Goblet of Fire?
Yeah.
You know how it goes really, really slow at certain points and then speeds up suddenly? Exactly like Windows Vista.
Wow. That's very good. You're the winner so far, but Mikey, I have quite a difficult one for you.
No.
You have to make a connection between Harry Potter and elephant gestation periods. So come on.
I'm going to say both are pretty awesome. And and right there, that's a connection that the two have.
Anything else to add?
And both are kind of graphic. Harry Potter is not really a children's book, but it is at the same time. That's as much as I can think of off the top of my head. Thank you for that one, Jamie.
It's okay. That's a pretty good job.
But how about you, Jamie?
Very good.
How about Harry Potter
and
making a train on time?
Well, I think this is very, very important because Harry Potter is all about responsibility, caring for your friends, which I failed in completely because I was supposed to get Andrew and Sam to London and I completely failed. So unlike Harry, who's going to actually That's a kind of anti-connection. Like, completely different. Harry Potter and Missing a Train.
Yeah,
But
Jamie, geez, at least when Harry and Ron missed the train in Chamber of Secrets, Ron got him a car.
A flying car.
Yeah,
Damn.
it didn't
There
cost
was a
them
flying car
10
outside.
million pounds.
I just didn't think of them. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go on to our next segment. This hasn't been done for a while now. It's What If? So we ask a question, what if something in the books or movies completely changed? How would the series develop as a whole from there? And our question today is, what if Harry and Hermione had seen themselves when they had gone back in time in Prisoner of Azkaban? Laura?
Hermione would have said, "Does my hair really look like that from the back?"
And Harry would have been, "You have your mother's eyes."
I don't know. I mean, obviously it wouldn't have been very good because, they talked about the consequences of that in the chapter, and, they would have thought that there was some really, really dark magic going on. They would have gone insane. I mean, knowing the way Harry is, he might have, gone kind of crazy and killed himself.
You see, you say that, but don't you think they're extremely accepting? They'll think, if...
It's okay if there's another me. That's okay.
Exactly. But if I saw myself and myself explain, look, I've come back in time to save, a few people and stuff, would you believe them?
No.
I think I'd be tempted. I would challenge myself to an arm wrestle. See who won.
I don't know.
Myself from an hour ago.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think anything would have happened. I don't know, man.
I think Harry would have flipped out and said, "Oh my gosh, my dad's alive."
Yeah.
Dad!
That's a good idea.
And
Where'd you get that
Tim,
one
I
from?
can see him. I want to see him.
well, he thought his dad saved him, so, he did see himself. And
That is true.
And Hermione, in the movie, does my hair really look like that? That's, I think, all would have happened.
I don't think it matters if... Oh gosh, this is so hard to explain. I don't think it matters if the person who is actually traveling back in time sees the past self, because they already know that's what happened. I think it's if
without
the past
knowing
self
that
sees
they
the
were
future
actually
self
going
that
to
you have
go
a
back in
problem.
time. Yeah, that would be a little confusing.
Well, I think for Harry, it's the biggest one, because one, he didn't know about the time turner, but again, he still thought his dad was alive and his dad saved him. You know what I mean? And he realized, he worked it out himself. He was waiting for his dad to show up, and he realized it wasn't his dad, it was himself.
Yeah, but if you saw yourself close up, you would know it's you and not your dad. So
Well, fine, just destroy my theory
so,
there,
yeah.
okay?
Do you really think that he thought James was alive? I kind of took it as him
something.
thinking
Who
it was
knows?
his spirit
I know.
or something
but-
like that.
I don't know, though. I don't know if Harry would accept, hear from himself. Is Harry trusting, or is he not trusting? Because I think he's a bit of both. He trusts people easily, just like Dumbledore, but then, because of all he's been through, perhaps he doesn't trust people as well. What do you think?
I don't know. I think especially after a couple of years at Hogwarts and learning about the dark arts and stuff, I think that Harry would be very suspicious of seeing himself. Just,
It must be weird, though, you seeing yourself. I don't know. Anyway, Ben, you're going to be the main guy on this. Now, we haven't done this for a long, long time. We're going to spy on Spartz. So, you've been doing the book tour with him for a while. Where is he now? What's he been doing? What's he up to?
Eating McDonald's.
I don't know.
5?
He's going to school. He has 5 tests tomorrow.
5 in one day?
Or 3, my bad.
That's still quite a lot in one day. Has he studied for them?
Probably not.
Well, what went on during the book tour?
What went on during the book tour? He forced me to drive the van because he's a jerk. His dad's big conversion van.
Why couldn't he drive it?
Well, because he wanted to sit in the back and play Nintendo 64 with his roommate. I was like, okay, whatever.
Right, let's do our dueling club now, because that hasn't been done for a while. We're going to continue the Pokemon references and do what would happen if Dumbledore faced off against Mewtwo.
Mewtwo? I don't know how to know who Mewtwo is. You're saying all these things I don't even know, dude. Like Saving Private Ryan. I don't even... Lots of wars. Tons of wars.
I thought it was a good connection. It was, there's a big war in both. I think that's fine. Well, who knows who Mewtwo is?
Isn't he a Pokemon?
He is a Pokemon.
I'm Google searching it, and
Wasn't he in the first movie? He was like the messed up version of another one.
Of Mew,
or
yeah.
something.
Okay, Mikey, well, let's do one for you here. Instead of Dumbledore versus Mewtwo, I'm going to do Dumbledore versus Darth Sidious.
oh wow, it's good versus dark right there. Well, Darth Sidious, he was very cunning, very Slytherin-like. He manipulated a lot of people. He was the Dark Master in their new trilogy of Star Wars. I'm going way too serious into this.
No. It's
but
good.
Dumbledore, he started the Order of the Phoenix. He's a protector of the light. I definitely think I'm going to say it. I think Dumbledore would win. Come on, if Luke Skywalker eventually wins, that whiny little Mark Hamill.
That is definitely true.
If Mark Hamill can eventually beat, the Emperor, I definitely think Dumbledore could with just a couple wand flicks here and there. It says,
Here's a question. Here's a question. Does a lightsaber sort of absorb spells?
Yes, it would, because we know for a fact that. Okay, so this is my Star Wars geek side coming out. Part of the dark side, they can use force lightning, and then there's also another planet where they are considered witches, that people that use the force, and a lightsaber can absorb force lightning and other force thrown items. So just like a spell, a lightsaber would be able to block it and absorb it. So yes.
And here's a sort of for 10 extra points, what substances, this is going to turn it into a Star Wars podcast now, but what substances can a lightsaber not cut through?
Only another lightsaber.
No. There's more.
No, only another.
There's more.
I don't know. I
saw it on Wikipedia, and that's the utmost,
source of information.
Well,
legitimate resource.
There's other things it can't cut through, like
is it crick? No, not crick.
No.
It's got like a word.
Okay, guys.
Like what do you call it? There's been a comic book where a Jedi Master fought with his cane, but it was a forced enhanced, cane.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like it can't cut through everything, but like it can cut through any material. But the only other material that it can't cut through is another lightsaber.
There's always Wikipedia, guys.
I'm sure there's something else. Perhaps I'm wrong.
Wikipedia, anyone?
Well, I Google searched what can't a lightsaber cut through, and the question is posed: can a lightsaber cut through Captain America's shield? I don't know.
Can it?
I've never.
I would assume so. But okay, let's go back to Harry Potter, because that's what we're talking about here.
But
Star Wars,
Mikey,
Star Wars podcast.
Cortosis ore is one of them, and frick alloy.
Huh.
According to Wikipedia.
According to Wikipedia, see, now I'm not going to pay attention to this, guys. I'm going to end up looking up Star Wars facts online, and I'm supposed to be...
Oh, sorry, Mikey. I mean, you're absolutely right. The only thing in the entire world that a lightsaber can't cut through is one more lightsaber. So yeah, well done. Right, Harry Potter.
Good.
Harry Potter. Right. We're going to go on to one more segment that hasn't been done for ages. Favourites, and we're going to have what would be your favourite Book 7 ending. And this isn't just if Harry dies or not, this is what, in total, would you want to happen. So what happens to each of the major characters? What do you want the final outcome of the war to be? I hope, no one says they hope Voldemort wins, but, each to his own. So, Ben?
Favorite Book 7 ending? I want to see Harry die, because that would be the coolest thing ever. Hate me.
Wouldn't you cry?
No, I would never cry over a book. I'll probably cry when it's over. Like, when it's done, but I wouldn't cry over what happened in it, you know what I mean? I'll cry when it's all said and done, like... Oh my God, no, Harry Potter! Because like, the other day I was sitting there thinking, I was like, this is crazy. We only have 784 pages of Harry Potter left, ever.
I know, ever. Unless she writes a bit more. She's like, want to buy a new house? Bit too expensive. Going to write one more book. That'll do. Kevin, what do you think? What do you want?
I agree. I like the idea of Harry dying.
You want to pray at the end as well?
Ron and Hermione living on, but Harry dying.
Why? Why though? Come on.
I don't know.
People.
I think it would be
your reasons.
No, I think it would be fitting with the way his life has been going. I think it would be actually a relief for him. I don't know.
To die.
Yeah. Well,
to die.
I mean, he lost all his friends and he lost his family. So.
I mean, there was that one episode, Jamie, where you talked about Harry opening up like a hot dog stand, and I think that would be pretty cool. But
but people would go just to buy a hot dog.
I have this horrible vision of Ginny dying.
Can you sign my hot dog?
Well, okay. Honestly, though, what would I like to see? I think I'd like to see more than anything justice done to the different characters, like characters like Malfoy.
Voldemort dead.
yeah, Voldemort dead, Harry getting what he deserves, which is a happy life with Ginny and lots of kids.
Is Jo that kind of author?
No,
'Cause
she's not.
I mean,
you would like to see that kind of thing. As for what we will see,
you would.
well,
Do you see Ginny dying? I have like this horrible like.
I've thought about it, and
What?
I used
Ginny
to think it a
dying.
lot more than I do now.
We see over here, like soaps, sitcom things, like if one person kills another character, you know, and everyone's like, well, are they going to get caught? Are they not going to get caught? You always know they're going to get caught because TV producers over here can't show that crime pays. I don't know if this is the same over
Yeah,
there,
it's
but
pretty much the same here too.
it's the same, but you know, the books are a different thing. She doesn't have to prove anyone to anyway, to prove anything to anyone. It isn't like it's a role model for future books, you know. So do you think that justice is going to get served?
Probably
'Cause
not.
I don't think
I
her
mean,
world
I
works.
don't
not
think
to
it will
everybody.
because I don't think not even necessarily to everybody. Yeah, I guess to some people, but I just don't think. I mean, something that Joe's made clear, I think, is that this is not a
It isn't a fairy tale.
dream world. Yeah, it's not a fairy tale. It's not. There's no happily ever after. And
No, it's not.
I would honestly, I'd be disappointed if she turned it into. Oh, everyone lived. Yeah, everyone. Harry and Ginny went off and had a perfect life together, and
I
Exactly.
think
all
that
those things.
what I mean by when I say justice, I mean characters like Bellatrix Lestrange, who deserve to be blown into a million pieces for what she did. Obviously, it's not going to happen to everybody, but I think the perfect book 7 is going to leave me. Well, first of all, it'll leave me like in tears. I'll be crying the whole way through, but it'll leave me wishing there was more, but at the same time thankful for what all I've gotten. And that's what I really want. I want something that really, you know, closes up all of the years, you know, and all of the experiences I've had out of Harry Potter.
I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Mikey?
I do want Harry to live. I would really be sad if Harry died.
Same here. I would as well. I just...
The reason if Harry died, I would have I really wouldn't want to reread the series because he dies in the end, and I would hate to be jaded with as much as I love Harry Potter. So
Jaded.
really,
Thank you,
you know, really, I'd be happy with whatever outcome. But I really want Harry to live, not to die.
He's a person who just lives. That's the thing. He just, you know,
He's the
soldiers
boy
on.
who
He can't
lived.
die.
He's got to
He is.
live.
It's
You
not-
know.
I have to ask you guys
But,
a
yeah.
question.
The boy who lived for 7 books and
I honestly
Died.
don't
The boy
care
died. The boy
either
who
way.
died doesn't make sense.
You know what, Laura? It's because you're a bad person.
Well, okay,
He is
it's not
supposed
that
to
it's
live.
not that I don't love Harry because I do, but
No,
for
no. You're a bad person for saying that.
But I've
No,
thought
I'm
about
not.
this for ages because everybody talks about how if Harry dies, it would just be horrible. If Harry lives, he shouldn't live because it's not realistic. I think I could go either way, and it honestly doesn't bother me to think about which outcome we get. I'm more bothered about characters like Ron and Neville because I love them and I'm terrified that they'll die, and that'll just like break my heart.
oh,
But
so you love them, but you don't care about Harry.
of course I care about Harry. Otherwise,
No, Laura, no.
Laura, you just
okay.
You know what,
We're
Laura?
absolutely
Is this
through.
Laura Mallory or Laura Thompson we're talking
Yeah.
to? Honestly,
Hey.
jeez.
Oh, damn, I dialed the wrong number on Skype.
Yeah.
Ah.
Sorry, Laura. I had to put that out there.
I
That
do
really-
love Harry, but I think, I mean, and it'll be sad if he does. I'm not saying it won't be, but I don't have a
will be.
preference either way, I guess.
I
I
know
don't
it's
think he
going to
should
be
die.
sad,
I don't
though.
think he should live.
And so, okay, I don't get this. How? Why would it be sad? That's what I don't
Because
get.
Ben,
sad.
No,
Ben,
listen. In many
Someone dies,
cultures,
why would
in
it
many
be sad?
cultures,
I don't know.
okay, in many cultures in the world, people celebrate death. Okay, they say,
Yeah, but
"Oh my
they're-
gosh, they're." It's not because sure
No,
they don't like it that
celebrate death. It's a
Yes, they do.
celebration of
Of
their
life, yeah.
You mourn their death and
Celebrate
No,
their
you
life.
still-
life.
No, you
know what gets me?
celebrate them going on to the next thing because would it be such a bad thing if Harry was reunited with his parents, with Sirius and with Dumbledore?
Well, if
That'd
you
be
believe
such a
in
yeah,
bad
if you
thing.
believe in
The
that,
afterlife.
yeah.
He could just go into a, you know.
You know,
I don't know, though.
Dumbledore said death is not something to the person who's well prepared for, and again, it's not the
But it is.
worst
It is,
thing.
clearly.
Yeah,
Dumbledore just
that's what
lied.
That's what Voldemort fears. So definitely, it has to be the worst.
I think Voldemort's actually Jamie.
Yes. Damn.
Is that Micah or is that Ben?
Second secret of the show.
That was me being an idiot, doing an idiot voice.
It did, yeah.
Incidentally sounded like Micah.
It did happen to.
I know. That's why I looked up. Going, did someone else get added? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Second
Welcome
favorite.
to the show.
Welcome to. I'm Mike Dynamite. Okay. Favorite job for Harry. Now, Laura, you've already mentioned you'd love him to work as a hot dog vendor. Okay. So really, what if Harry survives and all evils vanquished and everyone lives happily ever after? What job do we want Harry to do?
I would say teacher. Like everyone says Auror and stuff like that because that's what he wants to do, but I don't see him wanting to go back to the whole fighting, dark wizards after all of this.
I'm sorry to say that I've read book 7 and he's a gravedigger after he finishes.
I think it would be great if he lived at Hogwarts.
I don't think Harry will have a job if he lives.
Actually, he's gonna write a book
What
called
happens after my life?
Called Harry Potter's What
Who
Happened.
lives with me.
Harry Potter 7.
And how? Yeah.
Who lived? Who died?
Yeah.
And how the adventure finally
How I
ended.
finally got old. No, I agree. I agree with Kevin. I think it'd be cool if Harry was like a teacher. I can totally see him being eventually like headmaster.
Isn't
of
that too
Hogwarts,
obvious,
something
though?
like that.
I think he's gonna become all washed up.
Didn't Joe say that none of the trio would be teachers, though?
No, I thought she said
Yeah,
like
she did.
one of them, but it wouldn't be Harry. So I was assuming it would be Hermione.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it
I
was
thought
something
she
like that.
said
I think-
one character. I don't think she specified it was a trio member, but
I think he's become the head of the Auror department. I don't know. I think what's gonna happen is
Maybe he should become Minister of Magic.
he saved the world and all that stuff, but eventually I think he's gonna get washed up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he will.
Like,
He'll be
Do you remember what I did for you? Do you remember what I did?
Yeah,
I
he's gonna
saved
be
the
a has-been.
world.
Hanging out in the Hogshead.
Yeah.
Give me another fire whiskey.
Yeah. The
He's gonna become a
Hogshead is
has-been.
like-
Hang out in, bars. Yeah, exactly. He'll smoke 60 a day, hang out in all the, pokey bars. Oh, one day people respected me. Look at me now. I can see that.
Talking
But I'm
about the
depressed now
old
after
days.
talking about that. The old days, yeah, exactly. Laura, I believe... Now, since Andrew can't be here, we have a email. I can't say it properly.
Huh?
yeah,
But
I know.
Andrew
How do
said
you do
in
it?
a
It's
weird
like,
way, but
it's like I can't quite do it.
brilliant. That's very good. Yeah. So Andrew isn't here, so he can't do it. As you just said, that email of the week. So Laura, I believe you have one.
Yeah,
to
I
rant
was
about,
actually
rave about,
laugh about more like, but
laugh about.
I was going through my inbox today and I found this because sometimes whenever you get tons of emails, you'll get some that are all about the same thing, so you'll just read one or two of them to kind of get the gist, and then if there's anything important, you go back and read the rest of it. But I found this one that had my name in the subject line, and it says, "Hey guys, I love the show. Jamie's awesome. Pickle." Okay, so I have something I'd like to say. You know what? I'm just gonna be blunt. I hate Laura. I just don't like her. She shoots down
I
every
like
good
this
theory the
person
guy
already.
spit out.
I
love Laura.
We all replied to this email.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Yeah, I'm sure it's hard being the only girl, but I think MuggleCast is better off without her. Could Mikey B possibly take her place? Permanently, I mean.
Even better suggestion.
I like
But I
Mikey.
love Laura.
He's cool. Oh, I think the GoDaddy ads, etc., at the beginning of the podcast are too long. Could you just stick them in the show notes or something?
Yes, of course. Anything else you want? Anything else you want? Do you want the show moved sort of 2 minutes later on Sundays?
Oh, but wait,
or,
Jamie.
Anything else?
Jamie, I appreciate
I'm
your
joking.
time and effort that goes into this awesome podcast. Keep up the good work.
Aw, isn't it nice?
No,
So,
see, my
Laura, what do you
favorite
feel towards this person?
Time,
well, see, I
effort.
think that I think
What do those words mean?
I think that just because
Team?
she asked so nicely, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you've been
I'll just-
planning it, haven't you, Laura? So you're
yeah,
going. Yep.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
I hope you got what you wanted. She's gone. She's gone. She's off. Out. Vamoose. Disappeared.
Not really,
A
but
moose.
one of my favorite things though is can we move the GoDaddy ads so that we can start charging listeners to listen to the show?
Yeah.
That way.
that would be the problem.
Yeah, that would be the only way we could pay for it. So yeah, sure, if you want to pay, that's fine.
But Laura, I think you should thank her for sending in this email. 'Cause
Yeah.
she took the time and effort to send in this email. So
Tell me how much.
shouldn't be
she
too
hates
mean.
me. Oh no. I appreciate all feedback. No
There you
matter
go.
how ridiculous.
And let's go to some voicemails now. Laura?
Hey, MuggleCasters. This is Tanya from the freezing cold Montreal, Canada right now. Last night I was rereading Goblet of Fire, and I noticed that at the trial of Bellatrix and Mr. Crouch's son, Mr. Crouch says that they tortured the Longbottoms into insanity, but particularly Frank Longbottom because he had information of where Voldemort was. Do you think that he was the only Auror that really knew where Voldemort was? And do you think that he still has information that Harry needs to know? Thanks, and love the show.
Well, he's clearly a senior Auror.
Yeah.
Frank Longbottom,
Well, I doubt he remembers
him and
it.
his wife. Well, no, I doubt he remembers much, but, no, I think he and his wife were clearly, senior Aurors in the Auror hierarchy. And, I don't know, I just think that, I don't know if you could say that he knew solely, about Voldemort, but I think he was probably entrusted with more information, and so they went for the top guy and girl rather than, aiming lower. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think what she's asking is there any way that Harry could get any information from him at this point, or is he too damaged?
I think they're too damaged. I mean, the memories and stuff still may be there, but we saw with Voldemort, he completely destroyed Bertha Jorkins when he got that information out of her. So, I mean, I don't know if you can destroy him anymore. I know that sounds really bad, but I don't know if it's possible to destroy him anymore, but, you have to leave him for dead probably if you broke their minds any more than they're already broken.
But they're basically dead already. Are they worse than dead? Dead or not?
I'd
say so. Yeah, I would say so.
Especially because of the way that Neville has to see them.
Well, to him especially.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a
To him
pretty horrible
especially.
existence.
That's kind of
well,
harsh.
to his parents, they're not aware of their surroundings, so honestly, they might as well be dead.
Well, are they not aware? Because Alice always gives Neville the gum wrapper, so that they know something's different about this person coming to visit them.
She knows,
Can
but...
I just say,
yeah, go ahead,
I
Jim.
love that theory that people came up with. To be fair, I was an advocate of this as well until I found out that it was complete rubbish, that she was passing him information in these gum wrappers.
I thought that was kind of cool, too.
Well, the evidence to this theory was, I think...
It was an anagram. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the
gold
what's
bribe beneath
the gum
St.
called?
Mungo's or something.
Gold bribe below St. Mungo's was an anagram of the gum name, and I thought that how do you find an anagram? I don't.
If you're good at puzzles, I guess.
You have way too much time on your hands?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Kind of like us.
You're Ben Shane.
Yeah.
Ben figures this stuff
Ben
out.
finds so many anagrams, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's kind of...
It's because he's a
Yeah, he
genius.
is.
We just don't know that part of Ben.
IQ of 230, isn't it, Ben?
Well, isn't it true that
Last
people
time you had
with
it tested.
IQs of 230 can't, walk?
I don't know if you can make that blanket claim, but I think, yeah, they
They have other type of disabilities once they're that smart.
Yeah, a lot of smart people have some issues.
That's ridiculous.
Like you,
Not
Kevin.
every,
Like
not
you, Kevin.
everyone. Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
He lacks basic social skills.
Has an
Just
IQ
kidding.
of 3,497. It's huge. He knows absolutely everything.
Actually,
this is
it's
true.
1,024, right, Kevin?
No, Ben, it used to be that. Oh, I see. Sorry, I get it now. Okay, Laura, next voicemail.
Hi, this is Lizzie from Melbourne, Australia. I was just thinking about when JK said that the last word was going to chapter, or it's just the last word of the non-epilogue chapter, because that can make quite a difference, because then his son was born with a scar. I'm not sure. No, I don't know. So, I could just, you could tell me what you guys think would be great. Okay, cool, bye.
Last chapter, I think she wouldn't talk
well,
about
didn't she say
epilogue,
the last word in the book would be Scar? Or
It would be Scar, yeah.
because
But you don't talk about the...
yes,
the epilogue is
absolutely you can
Maybe
talk
both.
about.
Maybe it's both.
Maybe
Maybe every
every
chapter is going to end with Scar.
No,
or every
word's gonna be
sentence.
R.
It's like
Every word's just gonna
it's
be
like
Scar.
Harry Scar went Scar to Scar the.
No, Mikey, she couldn't think of anything to write, so she's just put 10,000 words of Scar, and you have to try and figure out the meaning just from that. That could be fun.
Well, I thought it was only 784, and it was just one word per page.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Just
Yeah,
says Scar over and over again. Because that's what I was told. But
Wouldn't it be
who
funny?
knows?
Like, okay,
I
seriously,
get my
don't you think
views.
wouldn't you buy a copy if it had that? I would. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
I'd buy two.
I still would.
Just to say you had one of
still
the
would.
star.
Would you read it? Would you read it?
Every
Just to say
single
you read
page,
books?
yeah, every single page.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You couldn't say
Dude, I can
read
speed
it.
read it. Just go Scar. Just one big, slip
But
through it real
how
quick
many
and say the
people?
word
How
slow.
many people? If she hid like a load of details on page 340, how many people would actually read all the way through and then go and then sort of get to 340 and realize, or would they just sort of
Well,
skip through and say, oh yeah, it's
I
Scar
would
on
end
every
up saying
page.
that most likely MuggleNet would end up posting that information, and I'd jump straight to that page.
Well, it is your number one, Harry Potter resource for top news. So,
Of course it is. It's my favorite site.
oh, thank you, Mikey. Okay, Laura, next voicemail.
Hey, I was just listening to episode 784, and it reminded me that I have been having this theory for a while. I had just gotten a new jacket since my old one had worn out, and so I got it from the WB shop, and it is a Spew jacket. And so I was wondering if this means that Spew might actually be in the movie, because, I mean, it's just such a great part of the book, and so I think it'd be great if they included it. So could you tell me what you think? Thanks. Love the show. Bye.
Didn't they say
It wasn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said it wasn't. Yeah, I don't really think that means anything because I know that WB puts out a lot of Harry Potter merchandise, and some of it is just stuff from the books. Like,
In general, they're just trying to sell stuff. So if they think people are going to like it, they're going to sell it.
And it's a cool jacket with Spew on it,
yeah, I remember whenever, like, before the first movie came out, my friend and I were in the WB store, and there was a whole bunch of stuff in there, like, with different characters and stuff. They had a shirt that had Peeves on it, and so we thought Peeves was going to be in the movie, and he wasn't. And then, like, we bought...
Well, what? No, he was. He was. Didn't you see him?
wasn't.
I saw Pews. He's in every movie.
Yeah, he is, Laura. You just aren't watching them closely enough.
You're just missing it, Laura.
She blanks out just as he comes
Yeah.
on. It's like a subliminal piece.
And I think most fans blank out and don't see Pews. I see him every time.
Well,
and he's always right there.
It's only one frame, isn't it, Mikey? So it's quite
Yeah.
it's quite hard to
So
exactly, but as a film
So it's
student,
like
I tend
Fight
to
Club?
do one frame
Yeah,
at a time
exactly,
for almost all my movies. So of course I see him.
Mikey watches every single movie, one frame at a time, and it takes you 4 weeks per movie, but you get every single detail, every single thing.
Oh, of course. I absorb all the detail. I'm like, ooh, look at the cinematography for this frame, and there's Peeves. He always just pops up that one frame.
He does.
So it's like Fight Club.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's a la Fight Club. He pops up and he has his arm around Harry's shoulder, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Everyone rewatch Philosopher's Stone because you'll see Peeves.
You'll see
Yeah.
Peeves in there.
Okay, next one.
Hi, MuggleCasters. This is Kristen Stapleton, 15 from Seattle, Washington, and I was just rereading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and I noticed something that I hadn't heard properly explained or mentioned throughout the rest of the series. In the chapter, Hermione's great Sirius has just gotten captured, and Harry and Ron and Hermione are in the hospital wing. This is before they go back in time, by the way. And Harry wakes and hears Snape and Dumbledore arguing. On page 286 of the UK Prisoner of Azkaban hardback edition, Snape says, Sirius Black showed he was capable of murder at the age of 16. You haven't forgotten that, Headmaster. You haven't forgotten that he once tried to kill me. I immediately associated this with the Marauder scene in Order of the Phoenix. But then I realized that Snape didn't really get harmed in that disagreement, so I'm guessing he isn't referring to that. What do you guys think he's talking about here? Could Sirius not be as innocent as we all think? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and I love you all, but Eric and Andrew are my favorite. Bye.
Interesting.
I don't think so, honestly.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, it's an interesting theory because we know that, especially between Sirius and Snape, there was a huge amount of animosity. But I think that he was talking about the werewolf thing just because if he had come upon Lupin, he most likely would have died.
Yeah. But he just thought that Sirius meant to kill him, but perhaps Sirius didn't realize the implications of
I think,
be a bit dumb.
Yeah, I think it's completely 100% something that Sirius would do. And he wouldn't do it with any intention of killing him.
No.
He was mostly just thinking, scare the crap out of him, mainly, I think.
I agree.
Yep. Does anyone else have anything to say?
And, well, it's just Snape,
I agree as well.
thinking that everyone's terrible and that because he tricked him, he wanted to kill him, And I don't think he's you know.
That
I don't think he's that
mean.
mean.
Sirius is a nice guy.
Well, actually, Mikey, he was a nice guy. Yeah.
Oh no, wait! But I hear that if you read between the lines in the books, he pops up every now and then, right?
Yeah.
If you read,
well, he only went through that veil, and
Exactly.
that veil doesn't mean he's dead. So he's still around.
Laura,
We just have to.
Laura, if you go back to the Ministry of Magic, you can see his fingernails just over the edge of the veil, and he's hanging on for dear life. And he's hoping that someone's going to come back and pick him over the edge, but no luck.
But
So
they won't
far.
let Harry back. So.
Well, Laura, you know those flip books where you have to flip the pages really fast?
Yeah.
You have to flip the pages really
I
fast
thought
in
you
order
meant
to
those
see
pops
them.
ones
up,
where
waves.
it's like, Kevin, I think you meant those ones where it's like you come face to face with the monster to turn and run, turn to page 161, but you know, stand and fight.
Did you guys ever read those? The Goosebumps Make Your Own Ending books? I loved those. It's my favorite thing.
Me and Andrew had a whole conversation about if R.L. Stein and J.K. Rowling got in a fight, who would win. It'd be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
Because, like, come on. Do you remember the TV show on Fox? Hi, I'm R.L.
That used to
Stein.
freak me
That'd
out.
be
That show
amazing.
did.
Yeah, but
Back to Goosebumps. I mean, Harry Potter.
Are You Afraid of the Dark was scary.
That show was
scary.
awesome.
I own every
I
episode.
love that
Mikey,
show.
do you remember the one where...
Yeah, I bought it for $100 on a DVD off eBay.
Oh my God.
19 DVDs. Every episode of
19?
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Do you remember the one
Yeah.
where there's that creature that's hidden in the wall of the house and they recite an incantation and it comes out of the wall?
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver, yeah. That I have never been so scared of anything, I don't think, in my entire life.
That's one of my favorite episodes. And the guy is getting sick because he's trying to do the incantation read back. But he wasn't using real silver there. He was using a spoon
Steel.
that wasn't silver.
Like, Arboreus Locuridi, creature of darkness, comes to me.
So,
Oh, no. I expected a thing to come on my wall here and the thing to come out to get me just then.
so how many episodes are there per disc?
It's like 5 per disc. It's not a real version because Nickelodeon has never released a real version. But it's some guy ended up downloading them all or recording them and
Did you buy pirated
selling it on
material,
eBay.
Mikey?
No, I didn't, but I somehow stumbled across it.
Stumbled across
not
it.
pirated. You bought pirated material.
No, it's not. It's pirated.
I bought
say
burned
pirated.
DVD discs. I bought burned
Naughty
discs.
boy.
I thought they were blank when I purchased them. For
Yeah,
a lot of money,
yeah.
and
$100
and they happen to
DVDs.
and they happen to have some wonderful old
And you were like,
Nickelodeon
"Damn."
shows that I. Oh well, I guess I'll have to watch these. Yeah,
Ah, well.
it's from Canada, so
Well, perhaps William Shatner sent them to you.
I know. Oh, how I love William Shatner in Canada. We're gonna be in Canada soon, aren't we?
Well, perhaps he'll be at Prophecy.
Oh, yay.
Hopefully.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Go on, Laura. Next one.
Hey, MuggleCasters, this is Stephanie from Illinois, and I was just rereading Book 5, and on page 143 in Chapter 8 of Called to Hearing, I found something kind of interesting. When Mrs. Seg is brought in to testify on Harry's behalf, she says that she lives in Little Whinging. And Madame Bones replies, "We have no record of any witch or wizard living in Little Whinging other than Harry Potter. This situation has always been closely monitored given past events." I'm not really sure what this means, but could it possibly imply that someone of the wizarding community has tried to attack Harry while he was staying at Privet Drive, but Dumbledore's magic that he invoked could have prevented it? Thanks. Love the show. Bye.
Well, it depends on what type of ancient magic it is. Do you think it's ancient magic that stops people knowing he's there, or it stops you coming
I don't
to
know.
get him?
I think it's the ancient magic that kind of continues the love that he has protecting him. Like, it kind of renews it, I suppose, like when he goes back there. He gets another year of love protection.
Of love, yeah.
His dose of love.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
No, I've always thought it's kind of weird, all these ancient magic things that only Dumbledore seems to be able to do. You know, he seems to know all these ancient magical spells that protect Harry. I wish that Joe would tell us more about them, because I think that they're pretty interesting.
But I mean, do you think that means that
I wanna
at
know
one
more.
point, or multiple points, maybe Death Eaters, other followers of Voldemort showed up at Privet Drive, tried to do something?
Tried to do Harry in. They could... They had to have tried,
Yeah. It's just weird that
'cause-
Harry wouldn't know about it. It's kind of creepy when you think about it.
I don't think they've ever been. I honestly think they don't know where Harry goes over the summer.
He disguised himself as a postman. The Death Eater.
Yeah, but it's not that hard to figure out
didn't work,
that that's where Harry goes. I mean, pretty much everybody knows he lives
I
in the
know,
same
and a lot of
apple.
people know, but the thing is, what if one of the spells that are cast on there, and because of the blood, because now that Voldemort has the Harry's blood running through him, that blood magic technically doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What?
But why does he still have to go back it's some type of protection, and maybe that protection has kept the Death Eaters from actually finding out, because they, kind of like how, think about Dumbledore came up with the Mirror of Erised, only if someone wanted to get the stone but not use it.
So if somebody wanted to just talk to Harry, but not kill
Harry,
him.
they know where he's at, but not kill him or harm him, it would be okay. Something like that. We just don't know.
Well, do you think it means that maybe Privet Drive is unplottable, or only certain people
possibly
can see
Yeah, that's
it?
possible.
Again, only if you want to just contact Harry for the sake of contacting Harry, not to be a
that's interesting.
not to be a, you know what I mean, something like that. There's something there that I know we don't know.
Completely.
And that's why there's never been,
but
that's why there's never been, a Death Eater attack there.
she has been, especially secretive about the advanced magic that protects Harry, the ancient magic that protects Hogwarts, all these kinds of things that only Dumbledore knows about, and perhaps that's being to build up that now he's gone, all these things collapse, and it really does come to Harry.
Well, also, she's also been very tight-lipped about the whole Grindelwald and Dumbledore battle also, because the first thing you do when you go, into any battles, you research the past. You find out what's worked, what hasn't worked, so you have some type of an idea. And that's the only one that we really know about that took place, previously with another dark wizard. And it was, of course, Dumbledore that's the one that fought against him. So it's if we knew something there, maybe we know what to expect between Harry and Voldemort's battle, but we don't know anything there. We don't know anything. There's a lot that we're missing. And I don't know if we're going to get all the answers. I really don't.
That's just reminded me about something, and I wanted to get you guys' opinion on this. I brought it up last show, and I wanted to ask, if Voldemort is tied to a chair, okay, completely tied up, he can't, he can't reach his wand, he can't do any magic at all. Could Dumbledore or Snape or any other wizard come in and kill him, or does the prophecy?
This was
You know
your
what's interesting?
Minority Report thing, huh?
It was Minority Report, yeah.
I actually just listened to that today.
Oh, cool.
I was stuck in traffic, and I had my iPod. I was like, I'll listen to Jamie rant today. I don't know, Laura. You can go first.
Well, I was just saying that
Go
our
on.
next voicemail is actually about that.
What do you know?
Well, why don't you read it? Because I have a response to that, because I wasn't on that show. So I have a response. But why don't you read your voicemail first?
Hey, this is Amanda from California, and I was listening to MuggleCast 82. You're talking about, could somebody else kill Voldemort once all the Horcruxes are destroyed? And what you guys overlooked was in the 6th book, when Dumbledore is talking about the prophecy to Harry, he says that it will still take a wizard with uncommon skill. And he says that Harry has that uncommon skill because of the love that he still has, no matter how much he's suffered. And it's that love that will help him destroy Voldemort. And I don't believe anybody else has that special sort of love that, Voldemort couldn't touch beforehand. And that love will be what enables Harry to be the only person who can kill Voldemort. I love the show. Thanks. Bye.
But doesn't that kind of preclude everyone else who has lost people? The reason Harry, I think I've drawn this reference before, but I have to draw it again. Like in Prison Break, which you should all watch, by the way, because it's awesome. Michael Scofield, the lead character. You should, Mikey. It's oh my god, it's brilliant. The lead character, he because of his abused childhood, he is extremely empathetic towards people, and he can't sort of stand other people's suffering. And it's like Harry, and that's born out of all the people close to him dying and seeing all these bad things happening. He feels empathetic towards people, and that's why he has this power, love. But you can't say that it's only Harry in the whole wizarding world who has that power. Other people have lost people too, so, and hate Voldemort for that same reason.
Well, Jamie, I think that
Harry's special.
there's something unique about Harry's situation that we don't know yet. I think that there's something about the Potters, maybe, that makes Harry's case unique. Like, I think that there's more of a connection than just Harry has the power of love to defeat Voldemort. I think there's definitely something else that Harry has that he's going to use against him. We just don't know what it is yet.
Well, you know what? Actually, because of that, I actually wasn't sure about Jamie's theory. Because the whole like predetermination. If you knew your future, could you change it? Stuff like that. I actually just went back to the prophecy right now. I actually pulled it up. I have the book open, and it says, the keywords are in there are vanquish, and I went and looked up the dictionary for it as defeat thoroughly, which could be, he could defeat Voldemort thoroughly just by destroying the Horcrux and someone else can off him. So, so Ron can come by and just take like Gryffindor's sword and chop his head off.
That's
but
absolutely right.
here's the part right here. But either must die at the hand of the other, for neither can live while the other survives. At the hand of the other. That kind of says whoever that Voldemort marked, which is Harry, has to be the one to to off him, basically. So I'm sorry, Jamie.
That sucks.
It's the hand of the other. It's that right
Mikey
there.
Couldn't sort of Ron be about to kill him, and Harry goes, "Go on, Ron, you can do it," and then he's died at Harry's hand because Harry's encouraged him to do it. There you go.
I guess if that's how you. But this thing is it's the interpretation. It's a prophecy.
It is.
I definitely think Harry's the only one that would be able to destroy the Horcruxes.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But that final strike blow, I think anyone could do it if Voldemort was tied to a chair, with broken wand, and unconscious,
and dead.
I think anyone could do it. But again, I don't think anyone would do it unless Harry flat out gave like a command order to it, or Harry did it himself.
Do you know about these Horcruxes? The thing that gets me is that Dumbledore, when they went to the cave, Harry had no idea what was going on. No, he was oblivious. He didn't know anything, and he couldn't have found the boat. He couldn't have, worked out to give blood to get into the inside. He couldn't have worked out to drink the thing, and even if he had, what would have happened? I know it's going to be him who deals with the Horcruxes, but I think it's going to have to be the problem-solving minds of all of them put together that solves
of course.
Rather than
Actually, that locket has started to give me a lot of questions. You guys have seen all the artwork for the different books, right? If you take a look at the U.S. artwork, he's wearing the locket around his neck. I was just saying, and also the adult book cover has the locket on it. So I'm thinking that locket is a very significant Horcrux. Definitely. Just for that sake, because why would it be a picture of the locket versus a picture of Nagini, or why is that the Horcrux? And of course, when you go back, he's wearing that locket.
It really is.
You know what I mean?
It's so Lord of the Rings. It's unbelievable. He's going to throw it into Godric's Hollow, where the adventure started, and it's going to melt down.
Hey, MuggleCast.
Anyone can do it if, Voldemort was...
Episode 74 or episode 82, whichever one you prefer. And I thought of two ideas. One was that when Dumbledore was talking to Malfoy, Snape used accumulancy to read Dumbledore's mind or get in there, and Dumbledore was telling Snape what to do and get here fast. And my second one was when Joe said that Dumbledore's death was more complex than it really was. She maybe meant that Dumbledore, in a prior duel, might have killed someone and created a Horcrux, then only one maybe, and he's still out there somehow. Dumbledore's alive. Thank you.
No.
Wow, that was very profound.
No,
but he's
no. Why would J.K. Rowling say he's dead?
Exactly.
Dumbledore is dead. Unless,
He is definitely dead, and also creating a Horcrux, it's, as it was a banned subject inside Hogwarts. He didn't want people talking about it. It's clearly an evil thing, and he'd never bring himself to do that. And he would have to kill someone. I could never see him ever doing it, ever.
Yeah, I don't think he would either.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dumbledore
just
would
to
never
get
do
that part of the question out of the way, I don't think Dumbledore killed anybody. I don't think he has a Horcrux. He's dead.
I don't know if he's
sorry.
I think he's killed somebody. But not, he doesn't kill for pleasure.
Not in order to use them as a Horcrux. I mean, maybe out of self-defense.
Right.
Yeah, he did it out. He did it out of
necessity.
Justifiable homicide.
It's like killing Hitler.
Yeah.
Just kill one person, save millions of lives.
Fair, to be honest.
It was Grindelwald.
Yeah, well, that's a very interesting thing. But for another show, the
Grindelwald time frame, Nazi Germany, Hitler thing. Very interesting. 1945.
No, I mean,
but
do you think that Snape and Dumbledore were communicating via
That's very interesting. They were staring at each other.
Like Obi-Wan and Luke, run, Luke, run. Very. I really don't. They could have been, but I highly doubt it. Why would
Mikey?
Yes.
And then after he Avada cadavered him, Dumbledore's cloak just fell to the ground and he completely disappeared and he didn't actually fly over.
Exactly. And by destroying me now, I'll become more powerful than you can ever imagine. He's going to be there. No, I really don't think they were talking to each other via occlumency.
But it says that no, this is from memory, so I'm not sure. Doesn't it say that Snape looked at Dumbledore with a look of utmost revulsion on his face? And it actually says he, stared at him, I think.
Yeah.
So it could be that he was sending him mind bullets.
Well, but then he also, with that look, wasn't Dumbledore also saying please?
Yeah, he was saying Severus, please. Yeah.
Yeah, and so with that look, I would say Snape is just disgusted that he has to kill Dumbledore,
that's true.
and
Because
Dumbledore
Snape
is pleading
good,
with him
let's
to
face
kill
it.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Snape is
I
good.
think that's
I agree. Snape is
Of
good.
course he is.
He has to be good. If he's
good.
bad, it's just like
not
even if
fair.
he's not good, he's out for himself, so he's going to end up helping Harry out regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So even if he is bad or out for himself, he's going to help Harry in the end.
He's got to.
He still owes him a life
Help
debt.
the winner. Help the winner. I think so.
I think that is a good bet.
One last point about communicating with occlumency. Can you actually? I mean, obviously you can send. If you think someone and then the other person picks up, but can you just talk telepathically? Can you have a conversation? You just walk into a room and you hear, "Hi, how are you?" "Yes, I'm fine, thank you."
Well, that's what we did in Vegas, Jenny. Me, you, and Ben were just talking like that. And Andrew had no clue what we were saying about him.
Yeah.
So we're like, Simsy, geez, come on, join our conversation. And he couldn't figure it out. No.
He's been practicing though, Mikey. So hopefully he'll.
So by prophecy, we'll be able to
next
talk about. We'll be able to record our own podcast in our heads. Talk back and forth. Laura, you have to catch up with us if you're going to want to be part of it.
Start learning now. Go to after school occlumency classes, and that wraps up our special edition of MuggleCast. Now I'm going to try and do an Andrew here and do it in his voice. So if you want to contact us, dial 112820 magic. If you want to write to us, write to PO Box something.
That's me.
Something,
Says Ben.
Moundridge,
What is it,
California.
Ben?
Oh yeah. And then
PO
Ben
Box?
goes, Moundridge, California.
It's Kansas, actually.
I mean Kansas.
California.
P.O. Box 223, Moundridge, Kansas 67107.
If you want to contact us, go on our Facebook. That is the group MuggleCast, or you can go on Frapper Map and see, because we love seeing all you people there. Or you can go on our MySpace. That is MuggleCast fan. I think I'm not actually sure. We've got 5,000 friends now, so go on there. If you want to call the Skype, the username MuggleCast, but please keep your message under 1 minute and eliminate as much background noise as possible. I'm Jamie Lawrence. Wow, I got so into it there. It was unbelievable.
I'm Ben Shane.
I'm Kevin Steck.
I'm Laura Thompson.
And I'm Mikey B.
See you guys next week.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.